Hi guys, I'm Mary from the Mary and Joe channel. Today I'm going to be making a sewing tutorial for you.
Y'all know who that is.
Joe Clyde watching people feed the fish at the park, at the gazebo. I have about 7 sewing videos already. So if this is your first time tuning into our channel, go to my playlist, and it's called MJA DIY Pro Tips, and you'll find several sewing videos for you. So now guys, this is a Brother LS2400 sewing machine. You can purchase it at Walmart. I've been doing tutorials for you probably about the last year. Today I'm going to show you how to work the needle. But you have to know how to thread the needle. You have to know how to, if your needle breaks, put you a new needle in there. You have to know what positions the needles can go in. This little knob right here controls the needle. If you're sewing on some material and you want to sew in the middle, leave it on the M most of the time. That's for regular sewing. Okay, we've got our piece of material. Let me show you what I'm talking about the position. I'm going to lay it on here and put your material right at the edge. Put your pressure foot down and make sure that all your knobs are turned to the right, to this one at 0, so we can make a straight line. And this is in the middle, and just so. We're just sewing a straight line. Okay. Let your pressure foot up. Roll your knob to get it from under here. And you see it makes a straight line. I need to make my stitches longer, so I'm going to put this on 3. Go ahead and cut your thread. And you can see you made a straight line. That's as straight as I can make it for right now. Okay. Just straight sewing. Okay, and your needle, if I wanted to go, and I never hardly do this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. If I wanted to go to the left, I would push this up, and my needle goes over to the side, and then I'm going to be sewing to the left. And that's if you've got 2 lines or something, you can sew left, or I can turn this, put it all the way down to the bottom, and then I can sew right. You can see the 2 lines. And then if I want to go back to the middle, I can go to the middle. And I'm going to show you the difference. Okay. Let up my pressure foot. Give myself some thread. And then I'm showing you, I went left, I went right, then I went back in the middle. Okay, that's that little gauge. Now I'm going to give myself a little bit of thread, and I'll show you, after you've threaded your sewing machine, and I probably showed you this when I showed you how to thread your sewing machine. When you get down here, this machine threads from the front to the back. Here's our thread. I hope you can see it. And it goes from the front to the back. I can't really see. Put your finger behind it if you can't see it like me. and you go from the front to the back, and that's threading your machine correctly. Okay, now if for some reason you're sewing along and your needle pops, that's not good, but it can be fixed. Let's take the thread out. I've got some little tools over here, and it's not my sewing machine tools, but I do have one. It's a little 2-piece hyper tough stubby screwdriver set for little things, and I need the flat headed one to get this needle out. It's real simple. You go right here to this screw and just give it a couple of twists. The needle gets really simple to move. You take the broke one out, and there's writing that tells you what size the needle is. There's writing on it. So make sure that you put this needle back into that slot the right way, or it won't sew right. There's a little, I know you can't see it, but I put my finger behind it, and the writing is right here. So when you get your new needle, you just take it in your hand, and there's a little hole under there, and you can see it slip up and back. And get it loose, and you can see your needle. Okay? And I've got the eye facing toward me, and then I'm going to take this little screwdriver, and I'm going to bend over here, and I'm going to give it a couple of turns, and you can feel it get tight. Okay, you don't want to break it. Just screw it back in there. Okay? Then you rethread your machine and go ahead and thread it back. Okay? That's getting easier and easier on my eyes. And you got the needle from the front to the back. Lift up your pressure foot. Make sure 2 threads are going to the back, and you're ready to sew again. Now that's simple, you think, when you're doing sewing, but if you don't get that needle in there right, you won't think it's simple at that time. So you can use several types of needles. I actually have not had to buy any needles, and I've had this sewing machine probably about 10 years, maybe. I used to sew a lot, but now if you have any sewing hobbies that you want me to give you tips on, how to use the machine, anything else on the machine, how to clean the machine, write me a comment down at the bottom so that I can find things to teach you how to sew. There's a lot of things that you want to know that I don't know that you want to know. So give me a comment at the bottom. Okay? So that's all I can think about showing you. I've showed you how to thread, how to do the bobbin. You know it's under here. You have to take this off. There's your bobbin under there. You make sure that it's in there right. Close that back up. Put this back on. And then things on the sewing machine, don't be afraid of your sewing machine. Just pop it in, and you know that it's right. So, that's about all of the tutorial that I have on putting the needle in. I need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.